Should you buy Sea of Thieves in 2022? Whether you've never played this game before and you're just now hearing of it for the first time, or you've played this game for quite a while, this still may be a question some of you are asking, so let's break this down. Sea of Thieves is a multiplayer cross-platform pirate game that released March of 2018, with both strong PvP and PvE aspects to it. This makes it perfect for quite a range of different players. If you enjoyed content like this, please subscribe to the channel by the way, as we're really close to 1k. Whether you're playing by yourself or you're with 3 other friends, there is always something to do on the seas. But we all share that same goal of eventually getting to Pirate Legion to unlock the exclusive expansion to the game, available only to those other pirates who have reached this milestone. On paper, this game ticks all the right boxes with absolutely stunning visuals to having a wide variety of things to do. But just like every game before the positives, every game has to have some negatives. So you're loading up for the first time. After completing your maiden voyage tutorial, you get to pick one of 3 ships to begin your adventure. Either a sloop, which is a 1 to 2 player ship, a brigantine, which is a 2 to 3 player ship, or a galleon, which is a 3 to 4 player ship, with each ship having different crew limits as well as different perks. These perks can be things like different anchor raising times to how long it takes to turn the wheel fully, and how many cannons each ship has aboard. On the topic of ships and crew limits, you'll find that this game is amazing with friends and a decent sized crew. Not only do you get to have fun with your friends and PvP other pirates and fight for their loot, but as a crew, depending on what ship you pick, each one of your crew members can have a different role on the ship, whether that is driving, angling the sails, or manning the cannons. Some of my most memorable moments in this game are from playing with some mates and triggering some toxic kids by messing with them. All this being said, this game is still an extremely fun solo game, as you can go out on the sloop, which is designed to be easy for the average solo, and still have an extremely fun time. Whether you're choosing to raise a repeat emissary so you're visible on the map to everyone else, or you pick not to raise an emissary altogether, there are so many different things you can do in this game to keep you entertained, with 4 main trading companies to level up by completing different and unique quests depending on the trading company. And if you're able to reach level 50 on just 3 of these companies, you'll reach Pirate Legion, unlocking a whole new part of the game with new quests to take part in, rewarding you with some of the most sought after loot in the game. So, if you're daring enough to attempt to reach this, you better learn to protect yourself, as you'll be a target to other players out on the seas. When it comes to defending yourself, the gunplay in this game is basic, but also at the same time interestingly complex, as you get 3 different guns, being the pistol, sniper, and the blunderbuss, along with a cutlass. The guns follow a projectile based system, giving us different range and bullet drop with each weapon, the sniper being a more long ranged weapon, the pistol being kind of an all-rounded mid-ranged weapon, and the blunderbuss being kind of like a shotgun and amazing for close quarter PvP. Learning each of these weapons and how they work will be quite an interesting experience, along with a cutlass that can be used to also block other sword hits, giving us a pretty fun and unique all-around PvP system. But in sailing the seas, you can never be too bored. Even if you don't want to do any of these previously mentioned activities, there's always a chance of you at any time doing any of these tasks that you never know. You could just have a kraken spawn on you, which depending on your ship has different difficulties, with the sloop being the easiest, the brigantine being middle, and the galleon being the hardest. This is pretty much a squid that has these tentacle-like things that come out of the water and you have to defeat. Or hey, even the megalodon, which is a big shark that will randomly spawn on you and you have to defeat the megalodon with cannonballs, giving you cool commendations for defeating them, and also a very decent pile of loot. There are AI ships that always wander around the map that are always ready for a fight, as well as constant world events with boss fights for different amounts of loot with a unique experience every time, as well as the new sea forts that are quick and easy but still manage to satisfy that desire for loot some of us just have. But don't get too comfortable at these world events, as you may easily be jumped by enemy crews that have the same desire of getting loot as you do. Some of their tactics could be as unique and dirty as rowboating to your boat with kegs to blow your ship to pieces, or even swimming to your boat with kegs. In this game, you should always watch your back. But this is all well and good. A lot of games have amazing comp-sets and mechanics, but due to lack of updates, they slowly die off after the original peak. But this isn't what we see here with Sea of Thieves. The past year has been full of new seasons, and with the new seasons, we're seeing new game-changing updates. For example, the first season we saw was almost exactly 12 months ago, and it was Season 1. This introduced kind of like a battle pass, but called a plunder pass, with a free version and a paid version, both having new cosmetics and perks. Along with these rewards, it came with a system called Trials, which provides you with new unique tasks to do in-game, and they are there to assist you in leveling up your plunder pass. We have now just entered Season 6. That means over the past year, we have had 6 major updates adding new never seen before content into the game. On top of that, many various bug fixes. Some of the biggest changes we have seen over these 6 updates were all new lost shipment merchant voyages that set you on a path to discover different floating bottles, leading you to a shipwreck that has great loot, an all new Dark Adventurer cosmetic set which just looks absolutely stunning, all new world events called the Forts of Fortune that reward you with some some Athena loot, which is a loot you get from completing the Pirate Legend exclusive voyages, making these extremely valuable, being able to purchase cannibal crates, storage crates, wood crates, and fruit crates from merchant store on the docks, allowing for quicker times to stock up with supplies, a full new expansion to the game called the Pirate's Life, with 5 new Jack Sparrow tall tales, 3 new mobs to fight on the seas, these being phantoms, ocean crawlers, and sirens, plus a new weapon called the Trident of Dark Tides, found everywhere around the seas. New exploring missions, started by a message in a bottle that lead you to discover these underwater shrines that again are full of a new type of loot custom to these shrines. We also were given the option to bury items like treasure chests for other players to find, as well as stealing treasure maps from other people and a quest board at the outpost for people's custom treasure maps. Oh, and we can't forget these cool looking fireworks and flares. In other words, I don't think that there is a better time to purchase this game than now. With the game developers giving us a roadmap of the next 12 months, I think it's safe to say that this game has a very bright future, with the game developers having no plans on stopping here with quality updates. So that concludes the video. I really hope you and a few friends can get on the seas at some point and experience the pirate lives for yourself in this amazing game called Sea of Thieves.